Hello, everyone. Good morning. I know it's kind of busy this place, and we are having a lot of fun. I'm Doc Vince, the business development of ICORBP, and welcome to ICORBP Lounge. We are live and multi-stream in different platforms in YouTube and Facebook. Please like, share, comment, and hit the notification bell so that every time we do live broadcast, you will be notified. So let us commence with our ceremony. And before that, let me share to you our short introduction. Now, it is the virtual signing of Memorandum of Understanding between the Cameroon Group and ICOR BP, and I guess probably this is the third time in the virtual space. Our Master of Ceremony, she is always here. Dr. Tammy Francis, known as the Catalyst, is a Texas native and affectionately called Dr. Tammy. She is an entrepreneur, educator, strategist, author, and speaker. Dr. Tammy is the Director of Accreditation and Certification of ICOR BP. Please help me welcome our Master of Ceremony, Dr. Tammy. How are you? Dr. Tammy, you're still in mute.
Hello,
There you go. I can hear you now.
Doc
You
Vince.
are
Thank
live.
you so much. Thank you so much for that great introduction. I apologize. See, I'm ready to go and just talking. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for being here. So, we're just going to dive right into it and talk about what's happening here today. This MOU signing is always an exciting time, and I'm really excited to share with you our current partner. Research suggests that by 2030, the distributed ledger technology, also known as blockchain technology, will expand to $3.1 trillion economy and industry. This means that there will be an increasing demand for blockchain professionals over the next 10 years. International Council of Registered Blockchain Professionals, referred to as ICORBP, is based here in the United States, and we are a certifying and accreditation body for blockchain education. We are doing this globally, y'all, globally. And we hope that by certifying people all over the world, we will give the needed credentials for people who are already trained and people who are in the process of being trained in the blockchain profession to enter the profession they desire and thrive in this industry. Today, we are so excited about our partnership with Blockchain Association of Cameroon, because one thing that we do is our goal is to partner with organizations, institutions all over the world, and the Blockchain Association of Cameroon is one of those. So it is an honor and a privilege to share that with you today. So the Blockchain Association of Cameroon, BAC, is dedicated to raising awareness, provide support, and further adoption of digital currencies such as Bitcoin and blockchain technologies among Cameroon consumers, merchants, businesses, regulators, and policymakers, and to promote studies and research and support participation in Cameroon and international partnerships and associations. Hello, that's us. So they are focused in several areas: education, training, and certification, community outreach, research and development, regulation, governance, and startups. So you're probably wondering about this partnership, right? So this partnership is just that. We will collaborate and support each other in the field of education, information and regulation, and compliance development on blockchain. This collaboration is focused on raising awareness in the blockchain industry, blockchain technology, and the promotion of blockchain education profession and programs. The format of this is designed by the partners. You'll hear a little bit about that when I interview them. Yes, I will interview them. So you will see that in just a moment. This partnership will facilitate access to available international scientific and technical documentation about blockchain. as well as facilitate continuous learning. And that's what we're about. Doc Vince? You're on mute.
In mute? Am I
Yeah.
in mute?
I didn't know if there was a video. So I can keep going and introduce those who are here.
Please do keep on going. And
All
we
right.
have a lot of people on the waiting area ready to express
Ooh,
their
it's so exciting.
participation. Go ahead, Doctor.
All right, perfect. Oh my goodness. So we have many representatives from both organizations here today. I'm going to introduce just the signatories. So if they're not introduced, don't worry, you'll probably hear from them throughout the broadcast today, the program today, but I want to definitely introduce the signatories on the MOU. From the Blockchain Association of Cameroon, we have the chairman and co-founder Armand Getchi. We have Gavin Mbasa, the project manager, Ipanti Mbanda. He's the compliance and legal officer. We have Eric Ngeti, private sector officer, and Cedric Moudze. He's the operations manager. From ICORBP, we have Armando Boncales. He's the chief executive officer, and we have our own Doc Vince, who you've already been introduced, Vincent Vicente, who is our business development officer. They are our representatives today. And now what we'll have is Armando, the CEO of ICORBP, to give his opening speech to get us started.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. Good morning from Chicago. As the president of International Council of Registered Blockchain Professionals, we are thrilled to establish partnership with Blockchain Association of Cameroon. The importance of this partnership is driven by the vital role of Cameroon as a socially diverse country, a melting pot of Central Africa. Cameroonian government quite recently has planned to invest in transportation, communication, and power infrastructure to encourage link with neighboring countries. With the current development and innovation in the technology space, the country is set to become the engine of development, a hub in Central Africa. I would like to point out that in a study published in the Journal of Global Entrepreneurship about the role of information communication technology, ICT, in Cameroon, the result shows a significant positive relationship between ICT and human resource management. Given with this background, and with this recent development of technology investment and the move to innovate in the ICT sector, the Cameroonian government, the partnership of ICORBP and Blockchain Association of Cameroon is very important and timely indeed. As a leading blockchain professional organization and a continuing technical education institution in North America and beyond, the International Council of Registered Blockchain Professionals aimed at developing relevant skills, applying best practices, maintaining quality and standards, and enhancing technical competencies. We in ICORBP believe that as early innovators and adapters in blockchain studies, professionalization and standardization is needed to produce qualified professionals, given that in the next 10 years, mind you, our industry, the blockchain technology, is projected to reach $3.1 trillion in market share. Surely the need for professionally trained manpower will continue to rise. Our partnership aims to promote education in areas where blockchain can be considered as a game changer for sustainable development. We will see how blockchain innovation will be adapted to the reality of today's Cameroon, that is, to fulfill its initiatives in transitioning towards a new model of sustainable development. Our partnership aimed to create a regulatory and technology watch unit for the front line of blockchain in Africa, aiming for rapid translation into practice of blockchain technology on critical sectors such as governance, technology, finance, education, health, and other emerging sectors. In this covenant of equal partnership and collaboration, with the blessings of the Cameroonian government, we see that both of our organizations will have a positive impact and will greatly contribute to the development in the blockchain profession in this beautiful country and to the Cameroonian people of whom we are all grateful to work with. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Armando Bancales. Thank you, our CEO of ICORBP. Thank you so much for that speech. I appreciate we so enjoyed it and appreciate it. So next, I'd like to take a pause and I would like to, give the audience a little bit of the background, how this came to be, what are we doing here, what are the goals for this partnership. So I would like to pause and just take a moment and interview. Let's just say it like it is. Interview some of the key players in this partnership. So, all right. So let me just ask the first question and anyone can answer it. And I like to hear both perspectives. So if someone from ICORBP can answer and then someone from the Blockchain Association of Cameroon could answer, that would be great. So how did this come to be? So let's tell the audience, give them a little background on how this partnership even became a thought. How did this happen?
Yeah, I think Cedric would be the right person to answer that. So may we ask Cedric? Go ahead, Cedric, please.
Cedric, can you give us a little background on the partnership? How did you discover ICORBP? How did this come to be?
Oh,
The contract, the company. So this come true for a reason. We want to regulate the cryptocurrency and the blockchain activities in Cameroon. Just this year, we had a lot of cryptocurrency and crypto asset company who did a lot of scam activities. So they took away people money and they go with it. So Cameroonian people didn't have where to go, where to ask for answer. So with all the government services asking for us issue some notice to shut down this activity, we were on the way to look how we could help the government to 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 to, to, to know with the know-how on how we could regulate the blockchain and cryptocurrency activity. So that's why we are there today. And in fact, the next thing is that even though we wanted to help the government, we still have one problem. Our problem is the education because blockchain in Central Africa is francophone, is mostly francophone people. So they don't really understand blockchain very well. So what we want to achieve the next years is to bring the technology, the blockchain technology there, with the skill to develop, the skill to manage project, the skill to track cryptocurrency platform and so on. And after that, I think that we are going to to leave a legacy about blockchain technology for Africa by Africa. That's
Yeah.
the uh, that's the story.
Oh, that's awesome. The legacy, the legacy. I love that. I love that, Cedric. Thank you so much for sharing. And the education piece is really important. And so, ICORBP, do you have anything to add on your perspective on who spearheaded it from our end, and how did it come to be? How did you connect with Cedric and the others?
Well, we were connected by Cedric through Dr. Vicente.
Ah,
Dr. Vicente introduced us with Cedric, and then Cedric, I think, is already part of the Government Blockchain Association. And given with Cedric's organization in Cameroon, we cannot pass this opportunity to establish ourselves as a professional organization in Central Africa. As we all know that Cameroon is the entry pot, the melting pot in Central Africa. So our presence is vital in Cameroon to spread uh, our objective of professionalizing in blockchain technology in the blockchain profession. Dr. Vicente,
amazing.
would you like to add more on how we further engage with Cameroon Blockchain Group?
Well, I would just make it short. I would like to thank LinkedIn for that. Without LinkedIn, it's hard to communicate, connect with a lot of people. And it was Cedric who reached out to us. So when I got the message from Cedric, first is I looked at his LinkedIn background, make sure he's
Yeah, make sure
legitimate.
he's legit, right?
Yep, because and I'm sure he also looked at our background,
Right.
making sure that we're legit people and not just me and the organizations that were involved. So that's where everything started. It took a lot of communications back and forth. And after, I guess it was LinkedIn who vetted for him and the group. That's where everything started. That's where the magic started. So again, I would like to thank Cedric for doing this initiative. It was him who actually reached out. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. That's awesome. So it sounds like you need those of you who are watching connect with both organizations over on LinkedIn, and they'll share that with you a little later on how to do that. So I have another question. So we've talked about kind of the background. We've talked about how the connections happened and was facilitated. But what are some of the primary goals and objectives of the MOU? I know that we heard a little bit about education, but if anyone could add anything that I may have missed or that needs to be clarified or just highlighted today on the primary goals and objectives for this partnership, that would be great.
Yes, one primary objective that we're looking forward in this partnership is to create a regulatory framework in the Cameroon, and that means that aside from education, this regulatory framework will touch in regulations on blockchain as a software platform. We have blockchain in financial technology, that is cryptocurrency, and then blockchain in health and blockchain in governance. So, in because of those given, we make sure that we have existing specialists in the field, and that's why we have attorney Brian Sania. He is a graduate in UK. He is originally from continental Africa and now living in the Caribbean. Attorney Brian is here. He is a specialist in regulatory framework of in the blockchain space. So, Attorney Brian, if you can share with us what will be the approaches that you will be taking. He, by the way, is our faculty and teaching in the blockchain compliance, conformity, and regulation. So, given that Attorney Brian is one of our mini expert in the field, faculty member in Outhash University, connected with us. Attorney Brian, can you share what are your thoughts on the important touch points on blockchain framework and regulation. Would you like to share it to the group so that we will all have some kind of understanding on how you are going to approach as a subject matter expert?
Right. So thank you so much for the introduction, Armando. And I'll just take a quick stab at this so that we leave some flavor for the students who will be enrolling on our course in the future. So essentially, I personally will be taking blockchain from a Bitcoin point of view, understanding what what the Satoshi vision was of a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. So we'll need to understand money and what blockchain is going to do for future financial institutions. And then after understanding slightly, getting a bit of flavor of the technology, we'll go into the regulatory aspects of it, because uh, with blockchain comes cryptocurrency. So you've heard of probably Bitcoin, Polkadot, Ethereum, and them. So they attract financial regulation. So we'll be looking at a global, and because blockchain is an international sort of technology, it's not tied to one jurisdiction per se, because the peers interact on various jurisdiction, as maybe Brazil, maybe Cuba, Cameroon as well. So you're looking at it from a multifaceted point of view. So we'll be looking at it from a global umbrella. So what's the financial task force saying, the FATF? What's FATF saying? And what's the local law saying? And in some regions like America, where you have multiple aspects of law, like state law, municipal law, and all those things. So it's really interesting. So we just can't take it from one sort of approach. It's exciting, it's new, this is where the future is heading. So what we are trying to do is make sure there's consumer awareness, because as much as you have a good technology, there's always people, the bad actors, who are always ready to take advantage of it. So you're talking about financial crime and fraud. And also we are looking at regulators who probably don't understand the technology per se, because we are always in a field where innovation is always ahead of regulation. So these are some of the conundrums that we'll be looking at. So I don't want to sell too much, because that's part of the course. So this was just a quick stab of what they should expect and what is most exciting about blockchain as a technology. So back to you, Tammy or Armando.
Thank you, Brian. I appreciate you for sharing that. Yes, part of this is education. So we want to just give them a little bit to get them in. So yes, thank you so much. So Armand, would you like to add anything to the objectives and goals of this partnership?
Thank you very much for giving me a chance to express myself today. I am Armand Gaetan. I am the chairman and co-founder of the Blockchain Association of Cameroon. First of all, before Gaetan reply to a question, I would like to share my happiness to be connected with the world and ICORBP, talking about a potential collaboration that can change a lot of things for my fellow Cameroonians, brothers and sisters. So what I can add, to get a quick reply, I know I have a spot to express myself on the BAC, Blockchain Association of Cameroon, later after the group photo. But what I can say in terms of objectives, apart from what my predecessor just listed, is the ability for both of our institutions to explore, pilot, and encourage the use of blockchain technology and cross-sectoral commodities to respond quickly and cost-effectively to local context. This is critical because today I do a lecture called the Adaptive Contextual Design Thinking. So technologies like blockchain are from overseas, It's not a local innovation. So people need to accept it. And the technology itself, by the people who practice it, need to adapt all the different aspects of the implementation to the adaptive, contextualized, and inclusive design thinking mechanism. And we hope working with an organization like ICORBP will give us a chance to explore all the different ways by which we can interact and share the data, because we master the environment in Cameroon and you guys master how blockchain work and how blockchain can integrate, social lives and businesses processes. And we hope that collaboration will help us, adapt the technology to the local ecosystem. Also, I would like to remind as the last objectives, both party, especially BAC, we are a project-based organization, so we are project by design. So our aim is to architect projects by problems we face on the ground, and this can generate a lot of intellectual property and stuff. So one of the other objective is, reserve the rights, for the IP services and stuff, so that both of us make the most of the profits, the collaboration can generate. Thank you.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. Yeah, the projects and things. Thank you so much for adding to the goals. And yes, y'all will hear from him again. So just hang on. But first, let's turn this over to Doc Vince, because he is the business development officer and he helped facilitate this with Cedric, the signing. And so we want to go there. And that's why we're here, right? The virtual signing. So let's do that. Doc Vince. Da-da-da. You're on mute.
I'm in mute. I keep on muting and unmuting myself. So
Right.
let me do this. For what I'm going to share to you is the screen. Oh, I'm having problems with my StreamYard right now, Doc. I don't know what's going on. I don't know, but probably it's the excitement that
I'm
we
like
have.
Mr. Armand. I'm just gonna stay ready. So I'm
Right.
ready. So you put me on camera, I'm okay.
Okay. And
Over to you.
and you can see that even my clothes just suddenly change out of thin air. So what we have here is the document itself. I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to ask everyone, the signatories, to go to your screen. I know your screens are touch sensitive. Just make an initial on each page, and if you see your name, make an initial there, and then we'll proceed on the virtual MOU signing. So I'll put everyone on screen. Let me do this first. There you go. So one by one, I'm going to show the screen. This is the first page of our uh, MOU. Can I ask an initial coming from Armando and Cedric? Cedric, if you could put your screen on and just make that initial, I would really appreciate it.
I am signing now the initial.
Awesome, Armando. And I'm gonna witness that same thing. We're gonna proceed on the second page. This is the second page. Armando,
I am putting my initial at the bottom of the second page.
thank you. And I'm sure Cedric is also doing that. This is the next page, please.
Signing my initial on the third page.
Thank you. We got several pages here because we have a lot of projects going on. Go ahead.
Putting my initial on the fourth page.
Thank you, Armando. And I'm sure Cedric is also doing this. And we could see the name of Cedric and at the same time, Armando. And I got my name here. So I'll make the signature, not an initial. So go ahead, Armando, you first.
I am putting my full signature at the bottom of the page.
Same thing with me. I have my touch screen here. There you go. And Leah, I'm sure Leah is here. She's also signing, and that's it. It's that simple. We're done with the signing itself, and I'm going back to you, Dr. Tammy.
Okay, so let's do this. How about a group photo? Let's get everybody on camera. How about that?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna put people in, and then if you could share your faces, because we're gonna have a group photo, because it won't be good if it's just me and Dr. Tammy.
Well, we're okay with it, but we like other people to show
Yes,
their faces.
we would like to see all your faces, so kindly put on your, turn on your cameras, please, for the rest of the group, please. Mr. Epanti, Mr. Rimsky Chu, Armand, perfect.
Yay!
I got Mr. Armand, can you turn on your cameras, please? Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yay!
And Brian, if it's possible, there seems to be a problem with cameras and even Armando. So I guess this would be it. So ready? We'll
Ready.
take a quick shot. Armando, get ready with your camera. 3, 2, 1, and that's it. Thank you. And I'm gonna ask. I think that's good. That's it. We'll. Are we gonna take another one, Dr. Tammy?
I don't know. I'm good. This is
Okay.
good.
Last one. Last
I'm
one.
just
Give me a good
posing
smile.
just in
Ready?
case.
Yeah. Because you're in the middle. Okay, ready. 3, 2, 1, and thank you. We're good.
All right. Awesome. Thank you for doing that. So next we'll have remarks from Mr. Armand Getchi. Mr. Armand, take it away.
Aman. We are waiting to hear
Yes,
from you.
yes. Sorry, I missed the remark. Can you go again?
No, it's your turn to give your remarks and talk about the Blockchain Association of Cameroon. So this is your opportunity to
Yes.
share whatever you'd like.
Great. Oh, great. Okay, good. So, thank you once again. I will go straight to the point. And, first of all, I would like to share a little bit the context into which we started reflecting on the possibility to create an organization countrywide. So back in 2018, the boom of the blockchain following the Bitcoin surge in price, was into every lips. And, including around in Cameroon, the decision makers, were talking about it. And personally, with my private company, I hosted the first blockchain event in Central Africa, and we got the very interesting participation of the government. And after that, the government recommended us to go into the idea of setting up an organization countrywide to see what can be the potential for blockchain for the social economic development of Cameroon, and we did. So we are a project-based national organization dedicated to raise our awareness and provide support and further adoption of the digital currency and blockchain technology among Cameroonian consumers, merchants, and businesses. Also working with the regulators and policy makers, to design any regulatory frameworks to give a chance to all the people involved into the industry to conduct their activity peacefully and in fully accordance to the local regulations and law. And so we base into three different pillars. The first is the guidance. So the guidance is about education, training, and certifications, because blockchain is something that requires a lot of professional skills. And the first of our guidance is the education training and certifications on blockchain. The second one is the awareness, raising the awareness of what are the capabilities for the technology, especially for the local social economic context. The second pillar is, I'm sorry, I forgot something. So in the first pillar, the guidance, we have the community outreach. So we practice what we call the economy of communities. You have many different communities inside Cameroon, bankers, IT professionals, medical, supply chain people, all kind of communities. So we got a strategy to design blockchain projects for communities, and then find out a way to interconnect, all these different projects across communities. So that's the first part in regard to the guidance. The second pillar is the leadership. So here I will talk about the governance. We a virtual organization. We are virtual and 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 digital organization by BIF. We are born digital, so we use world-class digital tools to provide a new kind of leadership and governance model. So, for example, me and my team, we are getting a lot of things done. And the last thing I saw my team real time, I don't remember. So, we have 100% a virtual, organization built into the digital pillar. So we got a corporate strategy, we got a corporate organizational chart, and everyone is trying at his leadership level to deliver, without us being around to follow what someone is doing. So we believe the new leadership and governance model can help us, drive the activities across the country more efficiently. But there is a challenge, which is the internet. We still struggle in Cameroon to get an affordable and permanent internet connectivity. That's a part of the challenge for the blockchain adoption, and we are working on it right now. So the second part of the leadership is the regulation. So we intend to, as I said, we intend to do everything we can to make sure that all these blockchain activities, blockchain activities, not just for cryptocurrency but for every different applications. For instance, we have a big problem right now with the platforms used to raise the money for community projects. So most of the owners of those platforms say their platform use the blockchain, but that's something you should be regulated by at least the financial board or the Ministry of Post and Telecommunication for an agreement. So there's a lot of confusion around, and we need, that's a need for the BAC to help the government fix those issues, especially the one being using blockchain technology to issue new kind of business models. So the third pillar is the expertise. So talking about blockchain, all these new technical innovations, AI, machine learning, and stuff. It's about technical expertise. We cannot do anything without the technical expertise. So here we want to leverage the local startup ecosystem. This is very important. We want to leverage the local startup ecosystem, and we need support for that, to leverage. They got some basic needs, startups in Cameroon, sometimes they need an office. They don't have an office. They don't have internet connectivity, and we need to find out partners. They don't have content. They don't have, mentorship. And I'm really proud to see this MOU signed today, because that will leverage all the different capabilities we can put in action to solve these different issues. And I'm sure 100% The local startup around in Cameroon is very, very interesting in terms of intrinsic knowledge. So they're the ones, once they got the basic needs, to produce a result, they will go over the results expected. So I'm sure about it 100%. So now we just need to evaluate all the different needs and see how the global collaboration can get it fixed. So the second part of the expertise is the research and development. As I mentioned, we're a project-based organization, so we intend to conduct and also to build a research and development center. That's something we can work on together. Now it's official, Blockchain Association of Cameroon intend to build the Central Africa Blockchain Research and Development Center. So we can do it. Cameroon is the backbone of Central Africa. If you get Cameroon, you get all the remaining countries in Central Africa. So there is no research and development center on blockchain around. And if you guys are interested, let's see how we can make it happen. And we really project focus. So the MOU is good. There's a lot of text objectives, a lot of text, but let's design real projects, that will bring a real value to the ecosystem, and let's go for it. We're ready for that. We got a team, we got people behind, and yes, that's it. That's pretty much what I can say, at the very entry level for the Blockchain Association of Cameroon. There's a lot more, but as we are signing the MOU today, I suggest we sleep even in the same room together. So thank you very much, and let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I love that. And I love that, Mr. Armand, what's behind your head? No dream without passion. I like that little saying behind his head on the wall. No dream without passion. And so that's what I heard in what he was saying and about creating these projects. And count me in, Mr. Armand. And ICORBP, we're definitely into projects that's going to make a difference. And so I'm so excited to be in this partnership with you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your remarks. We so needed to hear more about what the goals and expectations are for this partnership. So what I'd like to do is take a moment and just allow each organization to share a little bit about how folks can connect with them, maybe some upcoming projects or anything that you're working on independently that you want to tell everyone about. So let's start with Blockchain Association of Cameroon to share what are some things that you're working on and how can folks can connect with you. What is the best way for people to follow you and connect with you? Anyone can take that question. Thank you, Cedric. Thank you, Cedric.
Thank you again, Dr. Tammy. Is an incredible ceremony, and I'm very happy for that. So what we are working right now, we're actually going to do some lobbying for bankers, for insurance company, for for other for supply chain company also. And actually, after the signature of this MOU, we intend to launch the Cameroon Blockchain Developer Program, the program that will build the next generation, the next core chain for technical skill in blockchain. Because as Armand say, in terms of education, we don't have many technical skills in Cameroon, but there are many startups there. There are many tech startups there that will be interested in have the intrinsic knowledge to 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 gain to build some things on blockchain. So actually, we are going to give them the opportunity by the end of this year. We launch the Cameroon Blockchain Developer Program, and after that, I think that we are going to work on the compliance and regulatory framework for the Canadian government for blockchain and cryptocurrency activities. So that's where we are working actually. for joining us concern the way you are joining us. You can leave us a message on our LinkedIn platform, Blockchain Association of Cameroon. You can reach me directly on my email or on my phone number directly most of the time, and we could start discussion. I'm very open. So just write me email if people want to to come in Cameroon. Is welcome. So the more we
Awesome.
have, the more we can achieve.
Yes. I love that. I love that. The more we have, the more we can achieve. So make sure you connect with them on LinkedIn or reach out to Cedric personally. Hey, each platform has a messenger, so you can actually message him there as well. So ICORBP, Armando.
Yes, we do have. First of all, I would like to thank our team for putting this together. The Cameroon team, and most especially Miss Reina, our program and events coordinator, working hard behind the scene. We also have Dr. Vicente, our business development officer, who's working on many memorandum of understanding, especially this of Cameroon, and also Miss Leah, the business development coordinator, and also the Master of Ceremony, Dr. Tammy Francis. She is our Director for Certification and Accreditation as we move forward doing certification for our partners. And then doing accreditation for learning institutions and other organizations that are working with blockchain. Currently, we're working hard in partnership with Altash University in offering courses in smart contract development. We have courses in blockchain technology, courses in blockchain program management, courses in blockchain compliance and regulation, and blockchain non-fungible token art. So these are just emerging courses that we are working and offering right now, and we look forward to offer it with our together with our partnership with Cameroon. So you can always find us in Facebook. You can always find us in LinkedIn. Most especially, we have two parts. We have the company profile and the group. So in the group and company, we usually put our update, and our platform are coming up soon so that we can start certifying people led by Dr. Tammy Francis. Thank you so much and see you in social media. Back to you guys.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Armando. Appreciate that. And yes, connect with ICORBP on LinkedIn. So find us. You can just type that out and you'll definitely find us there. So let me just say, Armand, Gavis, Epenti, Eric, Cedric, Armando, Doc Vince, Brian. Let's see who else. There's so many of us here today. Thank you so much for joining us today, for being here as representatives. Rimsky, I apologize. For joining us today and being here. Raina, thank you. Put everybody on the screen. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Thank you. Thank you all for making this happen, for being here, and for allowing me to be your mistress of ceremony and host for today. It has definitely been a pleasure, and I've definitely had a wonderful time. I've had so much fun, if you can't tell. Thank you all as our followers, our fans, our friends, our viewers, those who are supporting us, our supporters and sponsors and other partners. Thank you so much for being here today, for joining us, whether you're live or on the replay. Thank you so much for witnessing this amazing partnership. I'm so excited about it, and I can't wait till we do a follow-up and show you what kind of projects we're working on in the blockchain space and industry, so that way you know how it's going. So we will definitely be updating you, so expect that in the near future. We'll see how it goes and how soon that is, but things are moving at a rapid pace, so expect it soon. Thank you all, and we will see you next time for the next partnership.